Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the Moomoo Investing app. I'm literally going to show you every feature that they have. This is my personal favorite brokerage. It's where, I literally keep a lot of my cash in here because it earns you a 4.10% APY. But I'm going to just show you how to use this app. So if you just downloaded this app right here, this will be the perfect video to watch. So first off, your app might look a little bit different from mine. So the first thing you want to do is go to the bottom right, go to the Me tab and scroll down to Settings right here at the very bottom. And once you're in settings, go over to general. It's the third option right here. And this is where you can kind of change some of the settings. You can switch to light mode. And I like to go over to the font size and mess with the font. You can kind of see the difference whenever you change it here. I like to keep it on either the middle or one below the middle. It's like a good size for me. And then where there's all these other options here, like you can go to accessibility right here. You can change the height of the chart. So I like to keep that one on 6. So anyway, you can just kind of scroll through here and look for any features that you want to change. You can change the colors. You can do red is up and green is down. So there's like some colorblind settings in here, which is cool. And this is all you can really change in here. There's widget settings and that's all for the general tab. So now let me show you about the Discover tab right here. Go ahead and click Discover right here. And if you scroll to the very bottom here, you can hit Edit Layout. And you can change at the bottom what order you want all your icons in. And there's a lot of cool things in here. Like you can see what stocks like Nancy Pelosi owns, Warren Buffett's top holdings. I don't know what Batman is, Kathy Wood's portfolio. You just click on her name. You can kind of see all the stocks that she owns here. What does Nancy Pelosi own? So, she's in Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Broadcom. Oh, she got some Disney stock. Hey. So, yeah, that's kind of a cool tab there. Then you can click on the markets right here. You can kind of see how the S&P is doing. Yeah, you can click at the top. You can go to stocks, crypto, options, ETFs. You can kind of learn about new different industries that you want to invest in. There's so much to explore here. You can look at leveraged ETFs, inverse ETFs. You can go with the high dividend yield ones. Again, you got to be careful here with some of these investments. Don't just buy anything. But you can also look at like commodities. Like if you want to see, hey, how's like oil doing? How's the 2-year treasury yield? How's like agriculture assets like soybeans, rice? It's really cool. They literally have every feature here possible. They have every market, like they have the Australian market, Japanese, Europe. So literally everything's on here. Oh, and crypto as well. You can't actually buy crypto on here, but you can see like the crypto heat map. How is crypto doing on the day? So it's a cool app that really has it all. So anyway, that's just in the market tab. You can click on the community tab here. You can kind of see what is the community posting about. You can click on the following tab and see what people are posting that you follow. So yeah, there's a lot of cool features here. The live feature notifications. So oh yeah, actually, if we go back to the community tab here and hit more, you can go to they call it a Move Folio right here. And you can make your own, it's like a paper trading portfolio. You can see how other people's are doing. I believe I should be up here. This is stupid. Yeah, look at me. I'm number 57 right here. And again, it's just a little paper folio. None of it's real. But these are all the stocks that I own in my, Move Folio. And you can kind of compare your return to other investors. But anyway, and if you're really new to just investing in general, you can click on the Learn tab right here. And this is literally all for free. You can learn about all these different stuff right here. You can learn about options, technical analysis indicators. They literally have all the basics of like beginner's guide to an ETF and pretty much every basic course or completely for free. You can just watch and learn on there if you're bored. There's the news tab as well. You can kind of see what's popular in the news, the latest popular news that are going on, and it's also related to the stocks that you follow. But anyway, here's the main tab right here, your account. At the top here is your total assets. You can click on the P&L analysis right here, and it shows you how your portfolio is doing. And you can filter this by all time. You can do your own time frame right here. But here's my portfolio since inception. And you can sort it by return money weighted. There's simple return. There's a bunch of different ones you can use here, but the money weighted return is the actual one I like to look at, and it compares you to the S&P 500. So look at this right here. If you look like right below, the S&P 500 has returned 46% since the day I started my portfolio. So I'm actually underperforming. I'm only up 42% since I started. Oh yeah, you can see every time that you deposited money. You can see how each day of the month your portfolio is doing in here. Then if you click at the P&L analysis at the top here, you can see your top winners and your top losers as well. So that's kind of cool. And then your IPO analysis, that doesn't really matter, but yeah, that's all for the assets tab. Then here's your security assets right here. Don't worry about this right here. This is if you want to take out margin. I don't recommend doing that. Don't take out margin, and you'll know if you're taking out margin on a stock, and I'll show you what that looks like right here. Like if you go to buy a company, like I just click on this random stock right here, you hit trade at the bottom left, then you hit buy. Look at this. You can see max quantity of shares you can buy with cash, and then there's buying with margin. So I'm able to take out margin right now if I wanted to, but I never choose to. You have to go out of your way to do it. All you do is you can set in a limit order, a market order. You can do stop limit. I just like to do a limit order. And you can also do fractional shares. Check this out. No other brokerages, I think, lets you do fractional shares with limit orders, which is kind of cool. Look at this. Supports fractional trading. It's in orange there. So that's what's kind of cool about that. But also, if you look in the middle of my screen right here, what's really cool about this app is they give you a 4.10% APY. So my $1,000 of cash today made me 13 cents of interest. If you do want to download this app with my affiliate link, I'll have it linked in the description and in the comments. And I really like this app right here. I'm assuming you already have the app though. Anyway, now we can look at your positions right here. So, it shows the ticker symbol. You can search it by, how much percent of your portfolio it is. You can see your price and cost. And if you click on the little settings tab right there, you can kind of edit what you want to see right here. So, you can go to the securities column. You can disable like today's profit and loss if you don't want to see that. And you can add some other options right here. Like if we remove today's profit and loss and like percent of portfolio, look what that does right here. Now it only shows these options right here, only these three. I like to add those because I like to see what's going on. And you can sort where you want them to be. So that's another cool feature. So that's all really with the assets tab. Then you can see your orders right here, your history. And if you go over here to more, this is where you can kind of see everything about this app right here. You can invest or you can join the dividend reinvestment program DRIP, which is really cool. I need to do that. I just don't have that on because I don't reinvest my dividends, or I reinvest the dividends, but I choose to buy other stocks with it. So I am reinvesting the dividend. You can just see all your stuff right here. Like you can go to the fee calculator. Like look at my fees right here. I wonder how much. Hopefully it doesn't show anything bad right here. It shows like the fees of everything right here. Like look, here's the fees of stocks right here. And it's good to know these. Like, look at this. There's no no fees that Moomoo takes. All the fees are from the SEC. So it's really cool to see that this is one of the lowest fee platforms, pretty much just as low as Robinhood. So that's one thing I do like about Moomoo as well. And there's also like a calculator right here, I guess it tells you. So like you can type for yourself. It'll tell you like type in a symbol right here. I don't know. We'll just put in Tesla. Wanted to buy that. Calculate. There'd be no fees. So, there's no fees for buying stocks. I think it's higher fees for options. But anyway, these are all the kind of like the details it tells you in here. I'm not going to click on all these individually because it might show some personal information. But, oh yeah, you can check your options level right here. You can apply to do options. If you do options right here, check this out. I don't do options. But if you do right here, check this out. They have all these different kind of strategies you can do. Like you can do a straddle, basic call, vertical spreads. So anyway, and you can do a custom one. So anyway, that's what's kind of cool about options here. But now here's how we can actually analyze a company. And so let's just, this is the watch list tab right here. We're on the bottom left now in watch list. This might also look a little different for you. You can edit how this screen looks. So here's how you actually analyze a company. In my opinion, this is the most useful part of the video because these are the most useful tools in my opinion. So here we are on Google stock, for example. You can click on any stock right here. If you click on kind of like this top right arrow right there, it lets down all the screen right here. You can see the market cap. You can see the PE ratio, trailing 12 months. You can see the dividend yield. So there's a lot of cool stats that you can see right there. But check this out. Right here, you can click on the this 5 day right here in the kind of the top left. You can choose what time frame you want to see the chart at. I like to go to daily. If you click right here on the candles, you can switch it from hollow candles. You can switch it to the line. you can switch it to Heikin Ashi candles. These are the average candles. I think these are really nice to look at as well. And you can also click on the little four dots right here. There's a lot of really cool features right here. You can add your own indicators, like I have the volume turned on. You can see the on balance volume. That's another one I like. The moving averages, Bollinger Bands, MACD. You could turn all of this on if you wanted to. It gets a little crowded when you turn a bunch of them on, but that's the indicators right there. Next up, if you click this right here, you can draw on the chart. You can add lines, you can do Fibonacci retracements, you can pretty much do anything you want on here. You don't even need a PC to do this. Like, you could do all the analysis you want just on this app right here, which is very cool. Like, this is such a useful app. I might be biased because I'm using them, but check this out right here. You can also see your market position. Oops. Oh yeah, you can also turn the app sideways if you wanted to do that. So if you're on an iPad or something, that could be cool. And then if you click versus overlay right here, you can add another stock over this. So we can add Meta, for example, and we can add multiple if we wanted to. Like, I don't know, what's a random stock right here? Toast. Okay, we can hit compare. You can kind of see how the different stocks have done on each different time frame right here. So you can compare your stock to their competitors, for example. So the next up, this is a really cool feature right here. This is trend projection. Look at this right here. It takes the current stock price of Google and it kind of can guesstimate based off other data from other stocks of what they're going to do. So you can kind of see the estimate of what Google's going to do. That's like the blue line right there. And you can kind of see other stocks with similar performance. PHK had an 82% similar chart as Google right now. So anyway, that's kind of trend projection. That's like another cool feature right here. And then, there's chart markings. You can, choose where you want to have all this stuff, turn stuff on and off. A lot of cool features there. But this next tab we want to go to is the company. Now, this also might be in a different order for you as well. Just click on the company tab, and this is where it starts to get very useful. Right here, you can change the currency. Some stocks, if you're looking at like Spotify, that's a European company, it'll show you it in European dollars. So make sure you change that and make sure it's on USD. And then right here, you can kind of see the earnings estimate. You could click on the earnings hub right here. You can kind of see, like for Google right here, it shows you all of its different data. So that's the first tab right there. That's for their earnings. Next up is if you don't want to do your own research, you can kind of see what the analysts are thinking. So you click on the analyst ratings tab right there. You can literally see the individual analyst and where they're from. Like Bank of America, we can see the individual analyst right here. You can see where he does the price target. This rating came literally January 31st. That's today and yesterday. So they update this literally on the day. And then you can click on Morningstar Research right here. Actually, it's right here as well if you back up. So if you click Morningstar Research right here, you can see what they're saying. You can see the moat, and this data is free. You don't even have to deposit money. You can still see this data right here. And I like to go down here and read this right here what the bulls say and the bears say. So for most popular stocks, you can read what the analysts thinking in the minds of the bulls and the bears. And there's so much more to read here as well. Like you can read what the analysts note here. You can read what their economic moat is. So Google, according to this, CFA, he says Google has a wide economic moat, 4-star rating. So you can kind of see what the Morningstar research says. And then we can click on the company's valuation right here. Check this out. We can see what Google historically trades at. So Google back in 2021 was trading at a 38 PE ratio. Well, today Google's trading at a 27.33 PE ratio, which isn't even crazy. So look at this. We can compare that to the industry average. Google is literally trading at the industry average. You can check this from the price to booking ratio, the price to sales as well. So yeah, Google is trading right in line with the industry average. And I almost believe that Google deserves a premium valuation from the industry. You can kind of see here all their competitors by market cap, all these different stocks here. There's just a lot of data here. So and then you can change the time frame as well. And then for a lot of popular stocks, it'll tell you some popular data here. So for Google, for example, here's their cloud service revenue, their advertising revenue right here. It kind of just shows you some different charts here. But here we can see for every stock you go to, the revenue breakdown. Where does the revenue come from? So for Google, 86% of their revenue comes from their Google services. And then, 12.8% comes from the Google Cloud. And if you actually click on it right there, you can see, look at the Google Cloud right here. It is growing 35% year over year. So you can click through and see how how the individual segments of their business are doing. Like Google services are up 12% year over year. It's good to see that Google is growing double digits. And then you can also click on market right here. Where does Google's revenue come from? Well, we can see half of it comes from the US. And then they're also exposed to the EU, the Middle East, and then 16% comes from Asia and then other Americas. So you can see where the company is actually getting a lot of their money from. And then right here, we can see what the analysts are expecting for their earnings. And this data comes from S&P Global. They're a top tier data analytics company. They're also publicly traded, S&P Global. It's ticker symbol SPGI. But anyway, the orange line is what the analysts are expecting. And the blue line is what, they actually reported. And look at this, we can see Google consistently is beating on their expectations. And that's kind of why Google, their stock prices perform so well. Oh yeah, we need to turn this off right here. We'll turn off the other stocks that are overlaying Google. But yeah, Google's pretty close to an all-time high today, which is pretty cool. But anyway, you can see what the analysts are thinking they'll report next quarter. And it's just analyst expectations. They could be completely wrong. Don't rely on them too much. And then right here, you get all the most important financial indicators. And if you don't know, hey, what is the equity ratio? What is the EPS? You can click on the little information tab right next to it, and you can read the calculations of what they are. So the earnings per share, the first one there, is just net income divided by total common shares outstanding. So per one share that exists, they literally made $2 of net income for that one share. So we can see Google made $2.12. And we can also see their net income down here. It'll look pretty similar to this, but we can see the EPS. We can look at the FCF, which stands for free cash flow. We see the return on equity. What are their margins? Google has a 58% gross margin and then a net margin of 29%. And the margin is actually up 16% year over year at Google. Pretty incredible. And then right here, you can see what their revenue is. So they made $88 billion of total revenue and net income was $26 billion. So, that lines up with their margin right there. So they made $26 billion of net income in the most recent quarter. We can see their balance sheet, incredible. They have a lot more assets than liabilities. And we can see the cash flow statement here. Cash from operating activities, cash from investment, and then we can also see the top shareholders here. So we can see for shareholders, Vanguard's the top shareholder here. And you can actually see what individual institutions own this. And if you click on the right here, the top right, you can go to institutions, insiders. And if you click on funds right here, you can see what ETFs actually own Google. And it sorts them by which ones own Google the most. So right here, random stock like IXP, the iShares Global Telecom ETF, 10% of this ETF right here is just Google. And for an ETF, if you go to the top right and click fund right here and scroll down, you can see what are the top holdings in this ETF. So it's literally Meta, Google, Netflix, Disney. So that's that ETF right there. But it's cool to see, like, if you have a smaller cap stock, you can see what ETFs own them. And then you can kind of see the institutions right here. What are they doing? You can see the insider activity. So the people that work at the company, what are they doing with their shares? We can see Amy right here on January 25th sold 1,400 of shares at $201. Hey, the stock price is 206 right now. So she sold below all-time highs. Oh yeah, and then if you scroll down, it'll show you the top related ETFs by weighting. And you can see the dividend history. Now, there's not much dividend history for Google because they literally just paid a dividend for the past year. So not much history there. And then you can read about what the company does. You can click on the company overview and read, hey, like who's the CEO? How many employees? Google has 182,000 employees, which is just crazy right here. And you can read the company description right there. You can see who the executives are. You can see what their salary is, how old they are. There's the CEO right there, Sundar, he's the CEO. He's 51. He gets a salary of $8 million, which is actually a low salary. Like the CEO of Netflix gets like $25 million. I guess the CEO really gets paid in stock options. So I'm guessing Sundar is a lot more rich. But anyway, if you go back to like the balance sheet right here, if you actually click on it, you can read what's in the balance sheet. Like if you look at the third tab right here, you can see their cash and equivalents. They have $93 billion of cash. But this is all confusing, but the best part is go to the key indicators on the very left right here. It tells you the most important metrics for Google, for example, and look at this. These are some easy stats to understand. Look at the gross margin right here. This is the first one they show. And if you look in the top right here, you can see what it is in the most recent quarter. So for 2024 Q3, it's 57%. It's actually up 3% year over year. You can see the operating margins are slowly going up. Their EBITDA margins slowly going up. Net margins, We can see the tax rate right here. Google has a 15.8% tax right here. Some ratios as well, like the R&D expense ratio, the sales expense ratio. It's good to see these are going down year over year. So their margins are going up, expenses are going down. You can see the ROIC, the return on invested capital, the free cash flow to sales right here. There's just every metric possible right here that you would want to look at. So that's what I like about this app right here. All these different tools you can analyze a company with. So yeah, that was Google's stock. And also, if you click on the search tab, kind of in the top right there, they give you all these options right here. If you click on the earnings hub right here, it tells you what stocks are actually reporting earnings very soon. If you click on the actual earnings calendar right here, we can see, today's Friday, there's not much earnings. On Monday, Palantir reports earnings. Then we can see on Tuesday, we get Google earnings, Pepsi, AMD as well. So this will be a fun day. Mitsubishi, like the car company, PayPal, Spotify, Chipotle, Regeneron, all these companies report earnings that day. Then there's Wednesday right here. Disney reports earnings on Wednesday. Thursday, Amazon. So next week will be very intense for earnings, so it'll be fun to watch as well. So if you have any questions as well, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure I respond to every single one of them. If maybe I missed something in this, I also apologize. But there's another really cool feature that you need to know about. So if we look at Dollar General for stock, for example, go to the very bottom right here, click on the little three prongs and click on the versus compare. It's kind of the first option right here, and there's a lot of other options right here as well. You can go to paper trade if you want to go to your paper trade account, um, you know, for like a fake account. You can also click on settings right here. This is how you can change like where you want a lot of these stocks right here, the layout, all these different stuff right here. But anyway, the feature I wanted to really go over here is the versus compare feature. And this is where it starts to get really interesting. Check this out. So we have Dollar General stock right here. Let's compare it to a bunch of other stocks. Like it by default shows you stocks in the same industry. So we're going to compare Dollar General to Dollar Tree stock. So we'll hit add right here, and we can see the market cap right here. Look at this. These companies nearly have the exact same market cap. So they're both worth $16 billion. Now let's look at the difference of like the price to sales ratio, the PE ratio. Looks like Dollar Tree has a negative PE ratio right now. That's not very good. We can see the gross margins. Look at that. So they have the exact same gross margins and pretty much the exact same net margins as well. Dollar General beating them by a slight amount. And look at the revenue right here. Uh, Dollar General brings in a lot more revenue, gross profit, net profit right here. So look at that. We can see the differences. And yeah, there's a lot of really cool features right here that I do like to see. So let me know what you think about this. And if you go back to the stock tab right here, you can also click on the comments. You can see what people are saying about the company. And you can go to the news tab as well. It shows you some relevant news to the stock you're looking at. You can see the announcements right here and the ratings as well. You can kind of see what the most recent analysts are saying about the company. And then there's options as well. If you wanted to do options, they got a lot of strategies you could do. And, there's all these other ones right here. You can read about the community, learn, help. They have a really great support team. If you ever need help or something, you can reach out to the support team in the help center right here. They make it very easy to understand. And if you just click on online inquiry, they respond to you really fast right here. It's not like an AI. They actually have someone respond to you pretty quickly as well. So I really like this app. This app right here is also publicly traded, ticker symbol FUTU. And again, even if this brokerage goes down and it goes bankrupt, you're still FDIC insured for under $250,000. But we can see this company right here. This app right here, publicly traded. We can see they're making over 100 million of net income every quarter. And we can see like their number of users. They got 24 million users. Their client assets. They have 89 billion of client assets. So yeah, this is a really big company. I do like this is ticker symbol FUTU. So that's what I recommend about Moomoo. Again, if I miss anything, let me know in the comments. I'd love to help you out there. That was pretty much all I could think about to include in this video. And again, if you want to use my affiliate link, I'll leave it in the description below. And also leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate that. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.